wrapping up another season of Grey's Anatomy. What can we look forward to with this finale?
I have to say that when I got this finale script, sometimes it's just, one big event happening. This one is like 5,000 things happening in one script. In fact, it was like one of the first times this season I think we thought we were going to have to go over like by filming days, because there's just so much happening. There's so much happening with every single character. So, I know it's like cheesy to say that it's like a roller coaster because that's good, but it's literally like a roller coaster. Lots of things happen in the finale. Some of the things happening are Meredith takes on a new role in the hospital. We're going to see that happen. There is maybe a wedding happening that episode. Lots of twists and turns. Joe makes 2 really big life decisions. And there's a lot of relationship drama, movement, shifts happening in our finale.
Fans are going wild with speculation over the episode description, which reads that your character, Joe, makes a life-changing decision. What is the craziest theory that you've heard so far? Have you been hearing some theories or?
I mean, I think people are always worried that, I don't know, because some of the theories are pretty on point, actually, are pretty close. Actually, I mean, it's hard because it like sort of, they're close, but they're not quite right. There's always crazy. We're always like, maybe dying in an elevator is like a theory, like, oh, everyone's dead and they're leaving and she's sticking around. I can say that in case anyone's worried. But there are kind of 2 life-changing decisions that she makes in the finale episodes. That's not just one. And I'm just excited for both of them. But there's 2 big things that happen for her in the finale.
All right. Okay, so what have you thought about all the great guest appearances that we've had this season and being able to see some of your old castmates back, on the show? How great has that been?
It was so wild. I remember being told at the beginning of the season that people like Patrick Dempsey and Kyler and people like that were coming back. And I just remember thinking like, this is going to break the internet. And also that there's no way that we're going to be able to keep a secret. We're going to be filming on a beach. There'll be somebody and for some reason, everything like the crew, cast, it never leaked. I thought it was incredible. I think that's what's so great about our show. And is that people can come back, and even if you die on our show, there's a way to have you come back in a super meaningful way and in a way that I feel like is satisfying for the fans too.
You've also had a few regular cast members this season as well, or that you've lost this season. How hard is it each time when you have to see, someone go?
It's hard. It was hard because I think I went into this season okay, so Jesse Williams and I, we have so much fun together, and there was potential for this sex pod to sort of like go further, this bridge they both had to sort of mean something. And so there was a toying of the idea, I think, of like, do they fall for each other? Does this go anywhere? And I think that had Jesse stayed, it might have been a different story. So when people leave, it's hard because you're like, oh, that could have been so great to play this. But at the same time, there's the opportunity to, have story go in a different direction, and also watch your castmates who have left go on to do amazing, incredible things. We miss everybody.
Whether it's goodbyes or reunions, how often do you know in advance as to what is going to happen, or is everything a surprise to you as well, like it is for us fans?
I think
that in the dark a little bit.
I think that a lot of things stay in the dark. I knew that Jesse was leaving because he told me. But other than that, I did not, and because I was working with him, and what's different about the season is that we were kind of put in little pods so that because of COVID, so we would just kind of be working with very similar people all season. So for example, I never worked with Giacomo. We never ran into each other. We didn't get to chat or discuss anything. So I didn't know what was going to happen with DeLuca until I read the script. And then even then, our script was a fake script, and he didn't die in the end until the next script. So it was very confusing. So we've had fake scripts this season. We don't know. I didn't know about Karasik leaving. So we get surprised too. I think I know everything. And then I'm like, wait. And I'm like rereading and texting people, what's going on? So it's a wild ride for us on our side too.
You know, with everything being so unpredictable, what was your reaction to hearing the show was coming back for an 18th season?
I was waiting to hear that for a long time. I was sat like this, like, really? We still don't know? I mean, I had ended filming and I still didn't know. I was like, should I pack up my trailer? Like, what's happening here? It's incredible. I just feel like I'm so glad that we didn't end our season with a COVID season, because, you know, it was an honor to get to work and tell the story, but I would like to see them all back at Joe's bar getting drunk and a little more scandal happening next season. And so I'm happy that we have the opportunity to get to do it. And that's obviously also because of our fans, who are incredible and continue to watch every season. And they're the reason that we're back.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, the longevity of the show is incredible. I mean, I watched this all through college, and that was a million years ago. It was just,
me too.
It's awesome. Yeah. It's so cool. That's really cool to be a part of.
Yeah.
So Prince Harry recently went through an EMDR therapy session on camera on his Apple TV Plus documentary.
Yes.
And Joe, your character,
Yes.
did this kind of therapy on Grey's Anatomy. What do you remember from shooting that episode, or anything come to mind?
It's funny. Yes, I did not know about EMDR until that episode and doing it with Joe. And so it was interesting because she learns to do it in a therapy session. I've seen the pictures of him like tapping, and she, part of the therapy is speaking about your traumatic experiences as you're tapping. And it kind of, I don't know how it works, but it works. It helps. I remember with Joe, she was holding the two handles that sort of had like a buzzing sensation on it. And I just remember thinking it was almost like I was in therapy, because I was learning it at the same time with her. And she's kind of like, does this work? How does this work? And I was wondering, how does this work? But I just thought it was amazing, because I got so many tweets after the fact of people saying that they hadn't seen this done on TV. They had done this in therapy. It was so helpful. And then to see Prince Harry, I think I even tweeted about it, like Prince Harry doing it. I just thought, this is incredible. It's so amazing that people get to, you know, feel comfortable speaking about this and make it and normalize all of this, you know?
Right. Did you have to do a lot of research for that episode?
I actually did. I did not do research for EMDR, and the reason is, I mean, they prepped me a little bit, but Joe hadn't done any research for it. So I thought it was more authentic to go in, not as an expert, to go in being curious, wondering if it works, you know, and having those feelings myself, which were her feelings too. But then afterwards, I actually have ended up doing it in therapy myself after the fact. So it's something that kind of influenced me, that I felt like, oh, some things that I could work through, this could really be helpful to me too. And so it kind of sent me on my own journey myself.
That's really cool. Let's see. Okay, you also played Kate Middleton in Lifetime's William and Kate back in 2011, I believe. What was since we're talking about royals, what's your standout memory of playing her?
My standout memory of were all of her costumes, the clothes. I remember like the Sex and the City 2 movie had just come out, and apparently I had more costume changes than Sarah Jessica Parker, which I was like, this is incredible. But they had made made replicas of all of Kate Middleton's outfits. So I remember like arriving to set in sweatpants and then like changing into these really elegant, glamorous clothes and just really enjoying the fashion of it. And the super cheesy storyline was just so fun. It was like filmed in 2.5 weeks, and it was just this really fun gig with all these people. But the clothes were the thing I remember the most.
That's pretty cool. That's really neat when you have a more extensive wardrobe than the ladies of Sex and the City, especially Carrie herself. I mean,
exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, you've also really revealed that you're from Berkshire, right? There's the English town Kate from, or Berkshire, excuse me. But have you ever like met her in passing or anything like that? Or?
No, I definitely, no, I haven't. Okay. I know some of my family know the Middletons. I have not, no, I didn't know her. And I haven't run into her. I remember growing up in my school was very close to Eton, which is where Prince William and Prince Harry went to school. And just imagining, I mean, back then running into Prince William and like potentially, being the future queen because he fell in love with me. I mean, I had all those like fantasies as a child. But no, sadly, that never happened, clearly.
Oh man, that's so cool. Okay, and then also talking family for a second. Your baby boy is not even a year old yet, right?
He's 9 months old. Yes.
9 months old. Congrats. What's it like being a mama of two? That's got to be so wonderful.
I never sleep. No,
Okay.
it's incredible. It's so great. It's so nice because I feel like I actually feel complete. Like I feel it's like cheesy to say, but I kind of feel complete with both of them. And now I'm seeing, it's weird because you have one kid and they have such a big personality, and then the other kid's so different already at 9 months. He's so different to her. So it's fun learning about this new little person in your world. Yeah, so it's pretty incredible.
Well, I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful long weekend.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much.